consider the column, only one column we have. That's why we are not able to cancel anything. Directly we have to take CD. If you want, you can take WXYZ or ABCD, small letter ABCD, MNOP, whichever variable you want, you can take here. Because in the question, they not mention which are the variable name. Wherever they given the value, there fill 1 and the remaining cell fill 0. Welcome back to one and all. Myself, Vasanta, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Today, we are going to start with 9th session of Boolean Algebra chapter. Whereas already in the previous class, you come to know regarding the introduction to K-map, then how to write K-map for 2 variables as well as for 3 variables and 4 variables. With that, what are the rules you have to follow while expressing a K-map? How to solve the K-map? Regarding that, you have studied in the previous class. Whereas on today's class, you will study once again the rules to reduce a Boolean expression using K-map, then simplification of Boolean algebra using K-map. Already we explained regarding the reduction Boolean expression using SOP form using K-map. Now you will come to know regarding role mapping reduction. Role mapping means, for example, if you have adjacent 1 on top as well as bottom, then we used to call it as it is a role mapping reduction, especially here role mapping under octet. Then if you have octet in adjacent position like this way, then also we used to call it as it is a octet reduction. Then quad reduction means here if you have the one adjacent position like this way, then we used to call it as quad reduction. Quad means 4. Then pair reduction. For example, if you have 1 here, then it can be called as pair reduction. And if you have one more 1 or anywhere one more 1, then it can be called as single reduction. Then overlapping reduction as well as redundant group reduction. These are the few steps you have to follow while solving any K-map. For example, here if you have 1, 1, 1, then I can take this is one pair and this is one pair. This is also correct. If you have adjacent 1, then also it is correct. If you have adjacent 8 times 1, that is octet, that is also correct. If you want, you can take 1 like this pattern, adjacent position, then also it is correct. For example, if you have 1 like this way, then also we can consider. But if you have opposite position like here as well as here, then this cannot be considered as a pair reduction. Here 0 and 1, this can also be not considered as a K-map reduction. If you have 3, then also it is not considered as K-map reduction. 1 is 3 and here 1 more is 2 and 1 more is 3 like that. If I am going to consider, then also it is not a reduction. If you want, you can take 8 or 4 or 2, otherwise 1. That's not the main thing you have to follow. Now we will explain few problems how to solve the given expression by using K-map or how to reduce the given expression using K-map. Consider we have the equation reduce f of ABCD equals sigma small m of 0, 2, 7, 8, 10, 15 using K-map. From this question you come to know that totally 4 variables are there. 4 variables, then write on the K-map here for 4 variables. While writing the K-map, see here in the question if they are going to give A, B, C, D, then compulsory you have to take A, B, C, D only. In the question if they are going to give W, X, Y, Z, then W, X, Y, Z only you have to consider. Whereas in this case, they are given small letter A, B, C, D. Then compulsory you have to use small letter A, B, C, D only. In the question if they are going to give capital letter A, B, C, D, then capital letter A, B, C, D only you have to write. In the question if they are not mentioned anything, on that case, whichever variable name you want, you can take. Whereas in this question, they give a small letter A, B, C, D. Then here I will write A, B and here we will write C, D. Then first write down A, B in row wise, A, B, A, B, A, B. Then here also C, D, C, D, C, D as well as C, D. Then 00, then 0, 1 we have to mention. For that sake, in blind method, you can remember first 3 bar, 1, 2, 3. And then for the last one, that is bar. First 3 bar and then last one, that is bar. Now it's clear. If you write only this thing, then you will get 1 marks in the annual exam, because this type of question in the annual exam, they will ask for 5 marks. If you write only this part, then you will get 1 marks. Then write on the position 0. Already I told you in third row as well as third column, it will take a single jump. That's why 0, 1. Don't write 2 here. Here write on 2 and then 3. 4, 5, here 6 and then 7. Here once again third row here it will occur. That's why if you take once again single jump, then don't write 8 here. Here write on 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12, 13, 14 and then 15. Wherever they given, the question is if they given sigma small m, then it is a min term. Now wherever they given the value 0, 2, 7, 8, 10, 15, they write on their value 1. On this place 0, then write on 1. Then on the place of 2, write on 1. Then on the place of 7, once again write on 1. On the place of 8, write on 1. On the place of 10, write on 1. And on the place of 15, write on 1. Then for the remaining cell, just fill the value 0. If you not fill the value 0, then you will lose 1 marks. Then under this, already I told you in the previous class, first step itself you have to check for role map. Under role map, what are the things you have to remember? First, is it possible to perform octet or quad or pair, that you have to check. If role map is not possible, then second step you have to check for octet. If octet is not possible, then you have to check for quad. If quad is also not possible, then check for pair. If pair is also not possible, then finally you have to check for single. This is the rules you have to follow while reducing the K-map. First you have to check for role map. If role map is not possible, then octet. Octet means 8. Then if 8 is not possible, then check for quad. Quad represents 4. If quad is also not possible, then check for pair. If pair is also not possible, then you have to consider single. In this, check whether any role map is possible. See, here also we have 1, here also we have 1, here also we have 1. Then we can consider this as role mapping. See, consider this is role mapping. Role mapping is possible. Is there once again one more role mapping is possible? It is not possible. Then we'll check for octet. Adjacent 8 times 1 is there, that you have to check. We don't have any 1 adjacent 8 times. Then next we have to check for quad. We'll check here. Quad is also not possible. Then here we have pair. If you just see this I can consider as a pair. Then is there any one you have to check? If you write only this thing, then you will get 3 marks in the annual exam. Next, after this, what is the next thing? Here you have to identify the value. What are the values here? In this, we have one role map as well as one pair. Under role map, under that we have quad. Then what is the quad value? Just cross verify how many first row, last row, first column and last column we have. While combining these two, first row and last row. On this first row and last row we have A bar and B bar. In last row also A, B bar we have. B bar will be common. The remaining thing A bar, A will cancel. And the common factor will be B bar. Write on B bar here. Row part we have completed. Next, take to the column part. While taking the column part, first and last column we have to consider. In first column we have C bar and D bar. In the last column C and D bar we have. The common factor is D bar here. Now is it clear? Next, one more pair we have. Under this pair we have 2 rows, second row as well as third row, and column wise only one column we have. Under these 2 rows, the common factor, see A bar and B here A, B bar. Then A bar, A will cancel and the common factor is B here. But when we come on column wise, on this particular pair, the column wise only one column we have, that column is CD. Therefore, reduced form equals, you have to write the remaining thing, that is B bar, D bar plus B, C, D. Like this, you have to write the reduced form. If you write only this part, then you will get 3 marks. When you write the regarding, whether it's a roll map or pair or quad, whatever may be, if you write that, then 1 more marks you will get. Then after combining all the values, whatever results we are getting, all those you have to combine with plus operator, for that 1 more marks. Totally 5 marks for these type of questions. Now is it clear? Under roll map, once again you have to check for octet, quad, pair, then you have to check for octet, quad, pair, then single. This is a major rule you have to follow. Next, we'll explain one more problem. Whereas consider f of ABCD equals sigma. Whereas in the previous case, we have small m here. But with that, you have sigma. If you have sigma in the question, it means that it is a mean term expression only. Then here, reduce f of ABCD equals sigma of 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 SOP using K-map. Then from this, we come to know that totally 4 variables we have. On these 4 variables, we will get the combinations. Here I will write AB and here we will write CD. Then here AB, 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 AB. Whereas on this side, I don't CD, 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 CD. Then for first 3 bar, first one, second one, third one. And then for the last one, that is bar in row wise. In the same way, column wise, 1, 2, 3. And then for the last one, that is bar. Now is it clear? Now fill their position values, whatever, whether it's a min term or a max term, what is their particular cell address. Now here start from 0, 1, third row will come, that's why here 2 and then 3, 4, 5, 6 and then 7. Next here write down, don't write 8 from here, start from, because third column as well as third row it will take single gem. Then here 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next 12, 13, 14 and then 15 here. Now wherever they given the value, there fill 1 and the remaining cell fill 0. Now first we have 7, just check on this, we have here 7 and then 9 we have, write down 1 here. Then next 10, next 11, next 12, then next 13, next 14 and then 15. Now is it clear? Now for the remaining cell, write down 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and then 0. If you write only this thing, then obviously we will get 2 marks here. Then we have to mention roll map, is it possible? We have to check under roll map whether it is possible. Under that it is not possible roll map. Next octet, if you have one more 1 here, then we can take it as octet. But here we have 0. Then we cannot take it as octet. Then what is the next step? Here we can take 1 octet. Is not possible. For the sake, we will take quad. Adjacent 1 we have. Then next, one more 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1 here we have, as well as here 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1 we have. Now take down, this is 1 quad. Now take down, this is 1 more quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take down, this is 1 quad. Now is it clear? Next, one more we have to take, that is here 1 as well as here 1 we have. But here also we have 1. 3 we cannot able to take directly, that's why only pair we can take. Now here we take pair. Now is it clear? See, here totally how many quads we have? First quad, second quad, third quad and here it is pair. Now is it clear? Yes, now write down the values one by one. Whichever quad you want, you can take first one. For example, I am to consider this is the first quad. Then first quad value. What is the first quad value? That you have to check. When I am going to consider only 1 row we have, but column 3 columns, 4 columns we have. That's why on this column, only 1 value we are going to get on this particular row, that is AB. But when you consider column, totally 4 columns we have, that is C bar, D bar, C bar, D, CD and CD. There all the values will cancel. For example, C bar, D bar, C bar, D, CD, CD bar. Now C bar, C will cancel, D bar, D, C bar, C and D, D bar. Everything will cancel and the first quad, the value will be only AB. Next, I'm going to take, this is the second quad. Whichever you want, you can take. I'm going to consider this is the second quad. Then, what is the second quad value? On this particular 2 rows we have as well as these 2 columns we have. On these 2 rows, the common factor will be A is the common factor. And in column wise, C bar D, CD we have, C bar, C will cancel, common factor will be D. Next, I'm going to take this is the third quad value. On this, these two rows and as well as these two columns we have to consider. On these two rows, AB and AB bar we have, B bar will cancel, the common factor will be A. Whereas on these two columns, C and D we have as well as D bar we have. D bar will cancel, the common factor will be C. And one more we have, that is pair value. What is the pair value now? The pair equals. On this, these two rows and only one column we are getting. On these two rows, the common factor will be A bar, B and AB we have. A bar, A will cancel, the common factor will be B. But when we consider the column, only one column we have. That's why we are not able to cancel anything. Directly we have to take CD. If you write this, then 4 marks you will get. Then finally, therefore, the reduced form. Therefore, reduced form equals. Combine all the values with plus operator. First one is AB plus CD plus AC plus BCD. If you write the reduced form, then you will get 1 more marks. Now is it clear how to reduce the K map using octet, quad, pair as well as role mapping. Next, we'll explain one more problem. Here, F equals M0, M2, M4, M8, M9, M10, 11, 12, 13. Solve using K map. Then in the question itself, they are given small m. Small m is mean term. Then if you observe this, up to 13 I am getting. That's why maximum 4 variables here we can take. Here I can take 4 variables. While taking the 4 variables, which are the variables I have to consider? If you want, you can take W, X, Y, Z or A, B, C, D, small letter A, B, C, D, M, N, O, P, whichever variable you want, you can take here. Because in the question, they not mention which are the variable name. That's why here I am to take only A, B, C, D, whichever variable name you want, you can take. Whereas, in the previous case, in the question itself, they given small letter A, B, C, D. Then compulsory you have to use small letter A, B, C, D only. Whereas here, whatever name you want for the variable, that name you can give. For example, here also I am going to write AB and then CD here. Then AB, 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 CD, CD, CD as well as CD. Once again, for the first 3 bar, 1, 2, 3 and then for the last one it is bar. First one, second one, third one as well as last one it is bar, mean term. Then write on the position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, don't write 10 here, 10 and then 11 here, 12, 13, 14 don't write here because once again third row, then here 14 and then 15. Fill the values. Now M0, where exactly here? This is the M0 cell, here write on 1. Next M2, write on 1 here, then M4, next M8, where we are getting M8, then M9, M10, M11, M12, M13. Once again, we will cross verify. M0, M2, M4, then M8, M9, M10, M11, M12, M13. For the remaining cell, fill 0 here. Now, just see, role mapping, is it possible? Under role mapping, octet, is it possible? Here also, if you have 1, then under role map, we can take octet is possible. But whereas here, we does not have 1, that's why we cannot consider that. Only the corridors we can consider here. This is role map. 1 role map, under that quad we are getting. Then, what is the one more thing we can able to perform? Here, we have 1, 1, 1, 1. That's why I can encircle this. I can make it as quad here. See here, I'm going to encircle this. This is 1 quad. Now, here I can consider one more quad is possible here. Overlapping I can able to perform. Overlapping I can able to perform, but I have to remove the redundancy, that's all. Here I can combine these 4 because adjacent 1 once again we have. That's why here one more quad we can able to write. See here, this is role mapping. Under that 1 quad and 1 more quad we are getting. Is there any possibility to get one more 1? Here also we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. then once again I can combine. I can able to reduce the expression by using quad option. Under this, now I can consider this one. See, totally one is roll map, second quad, here is one quad, here is also one more quad is there. Now all the one are encircled. Now I can able to reduce the expression and I can solve the values also. Now for the first one, first I am to consider this is the first quad. Whichever one you want you can take. For example, this I am going to take the first quad. First quad value. What is the first quad value? Roll mapping. Under that I am going to take the first one. Under roll mapping, first as well as last row we have, as well as first as well as last column is there. Under first and last row, which is a common factor? A bar B, A B bar. Then B bar is a common factor. Then under last one, under first and last column, which is a common factor? C bar D and C D bar we have. The common factor will be D bar. Now is it clear? Next I am going to say consider this is a second quad. Whichever you want you can consider. Under second quad, what is the value? The common factor. All the four rows are there, everything will cancel. And the common factor under column is only one column we are getting, that is C bar, D bar. This is completed. Next I am going to consider this is one more quad. Third quad. Under third quad, only one row, but all the columns we are getting. Only one row, that is A, B bar. 4 columns when we get or 4 rows we will get. On that time everything will cancel. Then the common factor will be AB. Next I am to consider this is the one more quad, that is fourth quad. Under fourth quad, what is the value? 2 rows as well as 2 columns. Under this the common factor will be AB and AB bar. A is a common factor. When you come under column C bar D we have, then C bar is the common factor. Now is it clear? Then totally 4 quad we are getting. First one roll map, second quad, third quad, fourth quad. Is there any one alternative is there? No, all ones are encircled. Now therefore the reduced form equals, take down, combine all the values by plus operator. B bar, D bar plus C bar, D bar plus A, B bar plus A, C bar. B bar, D bar, C bar, D bar, A, B bar, A, C bar. If you write this thing, then 3 marks. If you identify a proper value, then 1 marks. Then to combine all the values, then 1 more marks, you will get totally 5 marks. Now is it clear? Next we will explain one more problem. Consider we have the equation reduced f of ABCD equals m0, m2, m3, m4, m5, m7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15. Now, then how to write the K-map here? Same pattern, write down the K-map, their values, 4 variables. But here the variables we are not supposed to take small letter ABCD because in the question itself they are given capital letter ABCD. Then here write down ABCD. Then AB, 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 AB. Here CD, 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 CD. For first 3 bar and then last 1th bar. Once again, first 3 bar as well as last 1th bar. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, here 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and then 15. Now, wherever they given the value M1, it's a main term. Now, here 1, next M2, M3, then next M4, M5, M7, M9, M11, M12, M13 as well as M15. Now, see once again M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M7, M9, M11, M12, M13 as well as M15. For the remaining cell, just fill the value 0. Now, is it possible to perform roll mapping? It is not possible. Then next step we have to check for quad. Here, adjacent 1 we have. This we can take 1 quad. It is possible. Next, one more octet here because 8 combinations we are getting. Next, we'll take the quad. To perform that, now here we can take 1. Quad is possible. Next here, one more 1 is there. On the place of taking single, I can take pair. Then here 1 octet, here 1 quad, and here 1 pair we are getting. Is there any possible to reduce the equation? No. Now it is in reduced form. Now write down the values. First I am going to take the octet. Under that we have totally 4 rows and only 2 columns. Then all the 4 rows when you are getting, all the values will cancel. Only these 2 columns will get, that is C bar D and CD. Then the common factor will be D only. Then from this you can observe that octet, the reduced equation, only one variable we are getting. Next I am to consider this is a quad. Under quad, the 2 rows, these 2 rows and these 2 columns we are getting. Under these 2 A, B, then common factor will be B. And on these 2 columns, C bar, D, then the common factor will be C bar. Then the last one, we will take the pair. Under pair, just see which is a common, only 1 row we are getting, but 2 columns we are getting. Under that A, B bar, but under column, we have CD and CD bar. The common factor will be only C. See, if you observe, for pair, 3 variables we are getting. For quad, 2 variables we are getting. For octal or octet, only 1 variable we are getting. From this, I can say that I can able to reduce the expression. Therefore, what is the reduced form? Reduced form equals C. D plus B C bar plus A bar B bar C. Now is it clear for all of you? How to reduce the given expression using K-map? Why here? First we have to consider octet, because from that the reduced form only 1 variable I am getting. If I am going to take quad, only 2 variables we are getting. If it is pair, 3 variables we are getting. If it is single, 4 variables we are getting. Next we will explain, draw K-map for the function in 3 variables as given below. Only 3 variables are given. Then here write on the K-map for 3 variables. In the question itself, they are given 3 variables. Here I am to take A, B, C for example. A bar, A, B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C. For first 3 bar and then for the last 1 bar. The value, which are the value they are given? M0, here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. M0 means here 1, M2, then M4, M6, then M7. Then for the remaining cell, it will be 0. Now, here roll map is possible. Then here on the place of taking single, we have to take pair. Therefore, what is the roll map value? Roll map value equals, under this, 2 rows as well as 2 columns we are getting. A and A bar is there, that's why it is cancelled. The common factor from first column as well as last column is C bar is a common factor. Here B bar and B will cancel, common factor will be C bar. Under pair, the only 1 row we are getting, that is A, and when you consider column, 2 columns we are getting, third and last one. The common factor will be B. Therefore, reduced form equals C bar plus CAP. Now is it clear? In the same way, one more expression we have. In the same way for 3 variables. Then how to write the K-map? Same pattern. You have to consider 3 combination. For example, A, B, C. Here A bar, A, B, C, B, C, B, C as well as B, C. For first 3 bar, last 1 bar. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, M1 they given. M1, M2, M3, M5 as well as M7. Now once again from this 1, 2, 3, 5 and then 7 for the remaining cell write down 0. Now 1 quad is possible as well as 1 more pair is possible here. Therefore what is the quad value? Under this A bar will cancel, common factor here C. When you consider the pair, on that case, the pair value A bar here we will getting, but here the common factor will be B. Therefore, reduced form equals C plus A bar B. Like this, you have to write the K map for the given expression when it is min term. In min term, wherever they are given the value, there you have to substitute 1. For the remaining cell, you have to substitute 0. Then you have to reduce the expression by using rule mapping, octet, then quad, then pair. If pair is also not possible, then you have to take single. Now is it clear? Next class, we will meet with the remaining concept of the same chapter. Thank you for all of you.